So I have some big news. I'm moving out of this building. This has been in the works for a little while. I'm actually starting a new business, a jointly run one with Bill Carter, who is the person, I've mentioned him several times before, but he's the person who taught me blacksmithing. So we're going to be moving into a new building. So tomorrow the forge is getting moved out of this farm forge and into this new building. I was 17 when I moved into this building, and it was because Bill had closed Trap Forge, and so I had nowhere to work. And obviously, I was still a hobbyist blacksmith at this point. I was at college full time, so I used to come down here at the weekends and just in the evenings, whenever I could, just to have a go, keep forging away, and actually make some of my college projects as well. Obviously, I did some blacksmithing those and couldn't do it at college, so I had to do it here. But yeah, as I said, I've been in this building for 3 years. The first year as a hobbyist blacksmith, and then I began in 2020. I set up the business, so I've had 2 years running a full-time blacksmithing business in this little tiny room, which sometimes I don't think you can really see the size of it on the video. It's about 3 meters by 4 meters. It really isn't very big. So I'm very glad in a way to be moving out and into a much bigger building, but at the same time there's quite a lot of sentimental value, let's call it, in this building, in that it was the beginning of my professional blacksmithing career. So I thought I'd do one last video, seeing as the forge is still here and I've got 1 day left of it being there, and I'm gonna make the classic. I'm gonna do the ram's head. So this was something that Bill's dad actually came up with. Bill then taught me how to do it, and really it was in this building that I then developed my own style, all of my own animal heads. So the dragon, the Highland cow, all of the ones that I've done on the YouTube channel. I've done loads of videos on them. So all of those designs were made in this building, and I've actually got some of the first ram's heads that I made in here, which are some of the first that I ever made. So at the end of the video, we can have a look at the one that I'm going to make now compared to one that I made 3 years ago. So let's get to making one last ram's head in this building. So there we are, the last ever ram's head that I will make in this building. You can see it there next to all of these rejected ram's heads that I must have made about 3 years ago, so when I first moved into this building. And these are, as I said, some of the first ever ram's heads that I made. And for whatever reason, I decided that they were not up to scratch, that they were not good enough, and so I cut them off the bar. But I kept them ever since on the shelf to remind me that I can always do better. And I suppose now you can see the difference between 3 years ago and today. And I do think that there is quite an improvement there between the two, and I'm really happy that what I've been able to do in this building, and how it's been so useful for me to come here originally as a hobbyist and just tinker around and gradually tweak these designs, then come up with new designs. I found one of the dragon's heads, the first ever dragon's heads that I made, which you can see there has a ridiculously long face, but that was probably, I think, the first ever dragon's head that I made. So that's the first ever iteration of that design, which I've gradually then filed down to a much more pristine and much better looking dragon than this one. But anyway, yes, the last ram's head. So that's it, the last ever thing that this forge will make in this building. So it's very, I don't know, nostalgic that's it now. But I'm very excited for the future, and creating this new business with Bill is going to be very fun. And of course, we're still going to be doing all the same stuff. So this isn't the last ever ram's head that I'm going to make. I'm going to make a load more. It's just the last one that I will ever make here in this building. I will, of course, try and do some more YouTube videos, and hopefully I can do a few with me and Bill, and do some more bigger projects as we're just, a project that we get on as a job. Hopefully I can document that a bit more, and then get that out in a video format for you to watch, which I don't know if that'll be something that you're interested in. When I'm saying these bigger projects, I generally mean gates and railings and things like that, sort of more architecture rather than just a jazzy little ram's head on a stick. So I thought I'd give you one last 360-degree view of the forge, so you can see everything. There's the light that I use for filming there, but everything else, you can really see that it is very small. But this place has been, my life for the last 2 years, and prior to that, my hobby life. But it's really, really been a special place, and has helped me create my professional career as a blacksmith. So thank you to this building, and hopefully you'll see me soon doing all the same stuff, but just not here.